do a very spiritual reading. I mean, it's always spiritual, but not necessarily. Put on my lips and then we'll get started. All right, let's go. Holy Spirit, angel guides, what do we have for Blue Butterfly? What's the storyline? What do we have? We have the alchemical flame. We always get this energy. And we have mirroring. Okay, so two people are alchemizing energy right now. This is about a connection that's connected. What else do we have? Dark moon, one more. We have in the dark of your heart lives new breath waiting for you to release its ghost. Hi, RRR, triple R. And then we have third harvest. Starters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Someone is embracing their shadow energy. It's starting to come to the surface. But it's almost like integration, right? Hi, Latifa. Hi, Ani. It's almost, but it feels like dark divine feminine energy. Dark divine feminine energy is not bad. It's really the shadow part. But it's where the feminine is free, right? It's like she's no longer suppressing herself. You know, some people express that energy. A lot of people, it's like through getting naked. Like when they start posting them pictures of them just like for some people it's liberation. It's not like, oh, I just want to be seen, look at me, I'm naked. It's about the boldness of like, because I mean, when you really think about it, like nakedness is natural. Like it is an art to it. It's not always sexual. Everything doesn't need to be sexualized. It's just the liberation that it expresses at times. If you want it to be, if you want to be sexualized, then it will come off that way. But not everybody who likes to be naked, like dress sexy, it's about the attention. It's about them being free, right? So that's an example of one way of what the dark divine feminine energy look like. It's also someone who has a very strong presence. Like their power is, you can see their boundaries. As soon as they step in, you just know not to try that person, not to play with them, because they're not hiding who they are. They're not hiding how they feel. Like they'll openly say it, express it. It's just that energy where it comes off so strong, you know? Hi, Viva. It come off so strong. So this could be someone who suppressed that part of themselves for a very, very long time, where it's like, I'm gonna always go with the flow. I'm gonna always be the bigger person. I'm gonna always keep the peace. This person isn't keeping the peace. Hi, Jason. Hi, Lani. This person isn't trying to keep the peace anymore. They're in an energy where it's like their fire has burned so big, so bright. And hi, Key. And now it's like they're mirroring people. Not not even in like a toxic way either. It's just like, I'm going to give you the energy that you give me, but I'm going to actually show you like why you shouldn't have gave me that energy, because I'm worse than you, right? Like, how do I explain it? If y'all that know, I guess I don't need to always try to explain something. Hi, Axe. If it's resonating with you guys, be sure to hit the like button. Okay. No distractions. No distractions. Because I feel like that was about to be a game being played right now. But, oh, look at what I found at the top of the deck. Healer. It says, listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. Only certain people can see this feminine for who she really is. Okay, it's making sense. This is a feminine, like her fire has grown, you know, and she's not angry. It's not an angry fire. It's a liberation, like it's freedom. But the freedom is shown in her, on her. She's learned how to protect herself, and she's learned how to express that. You know that little, you know that light where it zaps the moths and the flies and stuff when they move towards it? It's like that. It's like other bugs too, when it comes that way, if it go to the light, it'll zap it, right? Her boundaries is like that now. It's like she doesn't have to do too much. Her presence already speaks for itself, that this is not someone that you touch. But it's because she's freed herself. She didn't allow her shadow to come out of anger. She allowed it to just protect her. It's like she finally realized that maybe a lot of times she gets abused because she is a healer and she has the ability to make other people feel good, make other people feel protected, feel seen. And she doesn't get that in return. So because she doesn't get that in return, she suppresses her shadow. Like, people think that they can just take without giving. But there's only a few people that can see, like, it's, I'm trying to explain it. It's so hard to explain. But it's like, you know how someone can judge you because you're kind. So they don't think that you would ever snap on them. You would ever tell them no, fight back. But someone else who is kind but have self-control over, like, they have better boundaries for themselves, they know what's behind that. They can see it. They're like, I'm just like you. I'm very giving and loving, but I've already learned some things that you're still learning. But I already know there's a monster behind that, because that pain has to go somewhere. Like, kind people, like a shield that pushes out. Yeah, it's like kind people get abused, so they feel pain. It's not that they don't feel pain or they don't get heartbroken. They choose to still be loving despite what they've gone through. So that pain has to go somewhere. Like, and I'm not talking about it being suppressed. But that's what an alchemist is, right? They turn pain into power. But again, that pain, what goes in, it has to come out, or it has to go through something, like a filter. It doesn't just like not go anywhere. It goes somewhere. It's energy. So on this journey, that's what this journey is. It's like releasing of that, like recognizing it, like I've been hurt, I've been mistreated, all I've done is good to people, I genuinely love people, but people never really see me for who I am. They don't know that I feel pain and anger and all of those things too, but I practice discipline. I put that aside. But when you actually face yourself and you realize, like, I'm really protecting them from me, like this other part of me that hasn't been taken care of, that's been wounded, that feels like things have, like the injustice, right? So it's like that's a person in there too, and that person grows. But then when that healer comes into balance with themselves, because they face that broken part of themselves, now they're even more powerful, because those opposing forces are working together as one. So no one can really penetrate that. You get what I'm saying? It's like you can't defeat a person who has control over themselves in that way. So that energy, that power becomes stronger and stronger, and then the shadow eventually is introduced to people, to the world. It's like that power is so strong that people have to see it, because now the shadow is integrated. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like the healer has to recognize that power first. That's why they have to go through that work and go through the dark night of the soul, because it's like the way we see ourselves is how, it's not always how people see us, but it's like we let people have a distorted view of us because we don't see ourselves and how beautiful we really are. So they might see it, but because we're not showing up that way in the way we see ourselves, then they feel like you don't know it. So then they don't want you to know it, because they know once you know it, you would have nothing to do with them, because they're not deserving of your beauty. But it's like once you see it, who can tell you you're not? Who can take from you? No one, right? Because you know that you are. So now it's like you're the one putting yourself on a pedestal rather than putting them on a pedestal. And it's not out of arrogance, it's out of protection and love for you. But that's the shadow energy. That's when the shadow emerges, because the shadow don't give a fuck. The shadow is like, I'm amazing. Right? That's why ego is not so bad. Ego is like how you use it. Like everything has a duality in it. Even in me saying ego has a duality. Like there's a positive aspect of ego and there's a negative. I be trying not to go too deep because it just be like too much. You get me? But like I said, this is the type of stuff I need to talk about on my other platform, the Psychic Philosopher, so I could really go deep into it, because my perspective is just so big. So it's like y'all don't have to understand my perspective, but you do. Those that are supposed to come into divine union, those that really understand what I be saying, it's really a few of y'all. It's not all of y'all. A lot of people just are watching tarot because it's like a religious thing that they do. Like they're just addicted to it, and they use it to change their life. Like you get me? But some of you guys use it where it's confirming what you already believe in here. I'm just confirming it and affirming that you're not crazy because you think that same way. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like we're that collective together because we see the bigger picture of it, but not everybody's gonna see from that expansive mindset. Like, I got a comment today that really triggered me so bad. Like, and I was going back and forth with that person, but it was a lesson for me because I was like, I'm being built up. Like, there's going to be more of those type of people because they don't understand what I'm doing. And they really try to, like, this is supposed to be someone spiritual, but they're saying I'm doing something wrong by reading energy because I'm peering into people's energy, and it's like I'm telling their business. Like, I'm like, that's how you view it, but how can you come on someone's platform and then tell them what they're doing and how you don't like what they're doing? Like, you're not my God, and then this is my gift, so I'm not supposed to use my gift because it makes you uncomfortable. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I have my own connection to the source. You're not my source. So whatever you have to say don't affect me. It didn't affect me. It just bothered me that people think so small. Like, and then they tried to say that, because I said what I had to say to them, and then I said bye. Like, it's like, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. And I didn't go back and forth with them, but they wrote back another comment, and they were like, they said something, and then they were like, how you're gonna come into my water and tell me bye? And then they went on to say some other stuff based off of what I was saying, because I was telling, oh, they got mad because they watched the whole video, because in the video, it was that video where I said that some of you guys are gonna come into divine union because you're chosen for it, and some of you guys won't. That is a fact. They were mad that I said that. So some people are just destined to not have love, and like, they're projecting, right? And it's like, that's the exact type of energy that won't come into divine union because they blame other people. They don't take accountability for themselves. Like that's what you took out of that. It sucks, but the world is not fair. Like, but it is in the same way. It's just you have to do the work. So people that don't do the work can't comprehend how you won't get the reward of something if you don't do the work. It don't matter if you want it. That's how it's set up. You have to manifest it. You have to create it. You have to match the thing that you're asking for. But you're mad about my viewpoint, right? So then my response to that was like, yeah, that's what I said, but the way that you were saying it, you're not understanding it. You're projecting it from how you see it, your reality. Because what I'm saying is, it's already predestined who's chosen. Who's chosen is going to do the work because it's already in them. If you're that person where no matter what you go through, how difficult life is, how hard it gets, and it puts you down, you still pull yourself up. You can't stay there. Even if you want to, you can't give up on yourself. It's just not in you. Some people can't even move. Like, they don't have it in them because it was already predestined that they were not going to do the work. So ain't nothing what I'm saying is wrong. It's like, you have the willpower, but you're mad that I'm saying, yeah, some people aren't going to get in. Yeah, some people aren't going to get in because they won't do the work. Not because they can't, but they're going to choose not to. That's nobody's fault but them. So it's like, that comment pissed me off, but it didn't ruin my day. But it was an awakening moment that was like, I be trying to save everybody, but you can't save everybody. That's why I explain myself so much. But I'm like, some people just not gonna get it. Some people they gonna be like, just read the fucking energy. Why you talking so much? But this is my platform. This is how it's always been because I care. Like, y'all see me getting emotional. I want to cry. It's because I fucking care. People don't care. But the world is like, it's so negative. And it's so negative. It will kill your light. Like, you get me? That's why it's important to have that balance between your shadow and your light. Because your shadow needs to come out to let people know, like, they don't run nothing. They don't run nothing. Like, this is your reality, you know? And I'm not crying because I'm sad, y'all. Like, I'm just passionate about my work. Like, I care for people. I don't like people. I can't stand people because I can't stand how people think. But I wish everybody to have the life that they deserve, the life that they want. So my intentions are 100% pure. And purity is rare. Like, and that's, the world is trying to kill that, you know? Like, everybody is just so negative and they don't see it. But us, the healers that learn how to alchemize that energy, that's why our path is so difficult, because it's like, we're not just fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for the future, right? What we pour into our kids, like, it matters, because those kids grow up and become adults, and then they take over the world. And then in some ways the world has changed good, but it's really bad, it's really negative. So, you know, back to this energy with this healer, some people will see her and some people won't, because it's like, it's so hard to freaking explain this energy. But I feel like, are y'all getting it? Those that get it, y'all getting it? Thank you, Latifah. Cancer and Aries in 8th house. I told you, you be sad and mad. You be angry. You be one of them. You be angry. That's so funny. Thank you, Ani. Yeah, I can't help it, Tayaki. I'm a Pisces, so I just feel so much. I feel so much. So it's like, I just be like, I just want everybody to, like, get it, because everybody don't get it. So I think the point that I was making was, like, my journey on as being a healer is, like, learning that you're not going to reach everybody. I think that's the hardest part for us to accept, because we really care. And that's a good thing that we care. The world needs that. The world needs our empathy. The world needs our heart. So, you know, everybody got their own way of saying it. They'll say the devil is trying to stop you. Come on. God is the fucking devil. Like, he created light and dark. So, you know, the devil is us. We're stopping us. But in that same perspective, you are stopping yourself. Other people in the shadow energy, they're going to try to stop you from putting that love into the world, because they're going to come for you, like, in every turn, and you have to be strong enough to deal with it. Like, I'm not crying over the comment. I get negative comments all the time. It was just a realization that, like I'm more hurt that, like, everybody's not gonna get it. That's what I'm hurt about. It's like, I'm crying because y'all don't fucking get it, and you're trapped in misery when you can be creating abundance. But it's all because your mind, you won't shift it. You won't, and you really think you ate when you talking shit. You really think you ate. You get me? Girl, that Aries, oh my God. Oh, mister, my bad. I mean, boy. Boy, that Aries. It's very nice to hear that you're passionate and caring for people. I feel the same way. Oh, that's good, Yellow Rose. And that takes a lot of patience. Yeah, people do. They be putting, they try to impose their negative thought. But I didn't let it get to me. It was just, because I take things and I just look at it from a perspective of like, what am I learning? What am I learning? I know it's something that I'm learning. And what I learned was I'm not going to reach everybody. And I need to accept that. And I could do the best that I can. I'm still going to be me. But I have to let go of the fact that everyone won't hear me. They'll hear me talking, but they won't hear me. The ones that are supposed to hear me is going to hear me because they know that we're here together. That's what makes it my collective. So there's going to be some people in my collective that's not in my collective. It's not my soul tribe. So they're going to project that energy. They're going to project that energy. And, you know, and what I've been doing is like I clear out those comments because I don't want you guys getting discouraged, or I don't want you guys getting that energy put on you. That's why I read my comments, because it's like, it's my job to keep the community safe. I know what I'm trying to build. I don't care about attracting millions of people. I care about attracting the people that I'm designated to help guide. That's it. That's why I can't do my readings a certain way, because I'm not called to that. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not a cold tarot reader. Like, I could tap into that energy, but it's not my calling. It's not. We have readers that do that. There's readers that focus on just the love messages and they're great at it. I don't do that. I focus on healing because I understand that it's a journey and you have to do certain things to get through that journey. So it's not just focused on love. It's focused on you loving yourself, and then love is the attraction and the reward of that, because you become someone so beautiful. Like, not only are you happy, but you're making change in the world because your energy as a healer matters. Like, your star seeds, your earth angels, it's already so much negativity. Like, look at the world, y'all. And I know y'all know, you know? You're welcome, Lonnie. I understand. Okay, Blue Butterfly Gang Gang, BBGG. My Mercury and Pisces think I don't understand because I can't articulate as well in some instances. Whole time I get different perspective, understand it, but I don't agree with imposing negativity. Yup, exactly. That's so crazy. And it's like, with your Mercury being in Pisces, it's like people take your understanding, like when you're communicating, they really, and oh my God, I'm a Pisces. So I went through that a lot with my ex-husband. He's a Taurus, but he's really a Aries, because he's April 20th. I think that's Aries energy. But I never felt understood, because it was just like, I understand you, but you don't understand me. Because I'm not saying it the way you want to, or I'm not doing it the way you want to. You think I don't get it, but I do get it. You don't. We be ahead of our time. We be ahead. You tend to talk in parables because you feel like you're a teacher. It's just natural. It's like, I'm trying to get you to understand that I understand, but you don't understand me. Yeah. Yeah. But this is where I feel seen, is in my collective. You get me? So I get it. I get the isolation. I get it. But back to the reading. Let's get back to the reading, because y'all know we gonna be on here talking and crying. And it's good to cry. Like, I don't be doing crybaby stuff. I gotta let it out because it wants to come out. I can't act like it's not there. But going back to this energy, because I feel like I'm not doing that great. I'm not doing it justice in the way I'm describing it, because it's way more powerful than I'm giving it, right? Pretty much this healer is very powerful because they are so balanced with both their light and shadow aspect, to now where it's coming in together as one power, but the shadow part is being seen. So the shadow wasn't really seen before. You know how like one day I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but just like you just seen somebody in a different light one day, like they changed, and it was just like, it's not even that you thought they were one way. It was just like, I didn't know you was actually this whatever comes to your mind, like I didn't know you was this intelligent, or I didn't know you was this playful, or but it's like a complete shift from what you thought you knew before because of what you saw. It's like someone who's not open, and then when they finally open up, they're so unexpected in what you thought. But then it makes sense. Like you get to see them as that, where it's like, oh, this person, people don't get to see this person, right? Only some people get to see this person, because this person, once they let you close to them, you get to see who they really are. That's that energy. It's like, but people couldn't see this healer before, but now they're gonna start seeing this healer because they have to see her. It's like, you know, when they say, like, I don't know if they say it in the Bible, or I don't know if it's just a saying, but God will exalt you in front of your enemies. It's like that energy. It's like you have to acknowledge royalty. You have to acknowledge this person's presence, because that's how big their power is. You can't ignore it. It's not even that they're trying to show off. It's just them, right? Look at this flame. So I never noticed this person here before. This person is actually looking at that flame like in surprise, like, but they could like barely see it. It's like they're blinded by it, right? Because that flame, imagine being in front of that fire and thank you, Mr. Say So. Imagine being in front of that fire, and then that fire, it's like, it's so bright. It's like staring at the sun. You can't stare at the sun without having to like look down or look away, or you get me? But you know that sun is there. That's you guys' energy shifting, or it will, right? Where the healers are rising like that. It's like the energy is becoming more and more and more powerful, because you can't help but mirror to people how they treat you. And it's kind of like a natural thing. It's like some of you guys are walking karma. Like, you're the justice card. You came here to bring things into balance, because star seeds, they all have their different things that they attribute to the world, but they're on a mission, right? And the star seeds, the healers, the earth angels in this storyline, they're people who turn pain into power, and it's gotten to the point where they can't be destroyed now. So pain gets turned into power, and then it's like they mirror that, they bounce back that energy to the people, but it's not even in a mean way. It's justified. It's like, it's just through their walk. So let's say someone thought they were better than you, and they projected on you, oh, you'll be nothing, you're a nobody, da 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 da. And then they got up, like they ran into some money, they got with a new clique, and then they left you out in the cold. And this was supposed to be someone that loved you, right? While you were down, you kept rising anyways. You kept building yourself up. You didn't retaliate against them. You just learned, and then you focused on what you were building, and then you started to rise, and you made new friends. But now you're making friends who are in higher positions. So what people thought they were like one-upping you on and taking away from you, you actually got that same thing, but you gained more, because you attracted divine energy. You weren't doing things for status or recognition from temporary people. And then those people end up falling down, and then those people now want your attention, because you're in this power position that they once thought they had over you. That's the type of karma y'all serve. Right? So but it be looking like nothing ain't happening, but it's like that's how the universe is using you. So when you're going through pain and you're going through these difficult situations, those of you guys that be learning through it and y'all be like really flipping that energy, you're like, I'm not going to focus on this, I'm not going to let this bring me down, and you don't lose your light but you integrate with yourself, now you people are getting their karma, so people have to see you rise. They have to. I feel like people are going to begin to be afraid of you, not because you're making them afraid. Like, it's your power. Your power reveal them. They can't lie to you. They can't hide from you. And then you mirror back the energy. So when you mirror it, they feel it. They hit it. It hits them. Like, you know, when you walk in a room and you could feel eyes on you. You could feel like somebody's hating on you. You could feel like that person really think I look good. We feel energy. That's how we know somebody's attracted to us. Is energy. Like, you get me? And that energy guides us. So it's like when you start stepping into a room, that energy will be felt. It's already like you're protected. Don't touch that one. You're going to get in trouble. And then when you mirror back what they do, just because it's something as simple as like someone wasn't treating you with respect, you didn't disrespect them. You just start ignoring them. You cut them off. Like, okay, you don't want to give me your attention and time. You're disrespecting me. You got other people you're dealing with, but you stringing me along. I'm going to cut you off, ignore you, move forward. I'm going to go date, go, excuse me, excuse me. I'm going to go put myself out there, not because you're trying to get revenge from anybody. You're just going after what you want. Thank you, Mr. Say So. You're going after what you want. Now they're hurt. But guess what? They feel exactly what you felt because you're doing the same thing to them, but not because you was being malicious. You just chose yourself and you chose to take your love away, your power away. What you were going to give them, you're like, I'm going to go give it to somebody else who wants it. There's other people that I can love. Now they feel it and it hits them, but it's their karma. Like, you didn't make that happen. They created that outcome. You just dished out the karma. That's how some of y'all work with people. That Pisces energy, yeah. That's happening to you in the music industry. Oh my God. No, so I tell you that I could be a healer because I attract different energy, people who are emotionally unavailable, and I try to fix everything. When they get better, they find someone else. Exactly. That's the type of things that healers go through because your energy is attractive. Like, think about it. If you've ever had like the hug from a warm grandmother or grandparent, that's what your energy feels like to people. It feels like they're safe. They feel like they can drop their burdens at your door. They feel like you're not judging them. They feel like you're their safe space. But then they come in and they don't want to give you because they're still broken. They want to take from you. This is somebody who's like out in the rain and they just want shelter because they've been freezing out in the cold. Like, and they see clothes on the ground, or by the shelter, there's a box of clothes. If they see shelter, they're just going to go run in there because they want to get out the rain. And then they're going to go put on the clothes. They're not really asking whose clothes it is. They just want to get out of their wet clothes and feel good. You get what I'm saying? Until they could even be like in the place where they're not someone who's appreciative. Like, let's say the only reason why they are out in the cold is because they disrespect their parents and nobody wants to take them in, right? Nobody wants to deal with their crap, but they never take accountability. So now they're out in the shelter, out in the cold. You're feeling sorry for them because you're like, oh, poor them. But then you find out this person cuss out their parents and threaten them and everybody that tries to help them. So they made you feel sympathy for them, but they actually deserve to be out there in the cold. Like, you know? So sometimes when the healer actually put them back outside in the rain, like, you're really disrespectful. You wasn't even grateful that I let you in here. You just came in here to eat, get what you wanted, and then go. And you left your mess here too. Like, You know, you could sit there, you could clean it up, you could give them grace, like, okay, I'll wash your dishes, I'll wash your clothes, I get it, like, you don't have anything. But then they're not being grateful for it. They're now expecting you to do that for them, right? That's a selfish person that needs to heal. So it's up to the healer to recognize when they're being used and when they should be using their healing abilities. As much as I love doing tarot and I sit on here, you get me, and I love being with you guys and all of that, I know my worth and my time, and I know how good of a reader I am. So it's like, I won't let anybody make me feel bad about, like, if I'm making income off of my gift. Like, it's worth that. You get me? And I'm not going to get taken advantage of. Like, I have multiple things in motion because it's like social media, people will look at your numbers and think you're just getting paid. It's not that easy. Numbers mean nothing. We still have to have our watch time. We still have to have our likes and our comments. All of that stuff is what gets us pushed out. So it's not just seeing numbers and assuming. Like, I watched a tarot reader that had a bigger following than me, and I seen her a couple of times on TikTok, and she made a video where she was crying and she was asking her supporters for help because she was getting evicted. Nobody supported her. I think a couple people did, maybe 10 or something. But out of all those followers that she had, if everybody sent like $20, she would have been great. But that's how people look at you sometimes. They'll tell you they love you, you get me, but they're only there for you to uplift them, encourage them. So you got to know your worth as a healer. Like, I know who really love me in my collective, and I know that this is a business though. Like, I'm not naive. Like I'm not, that's why I don't get big headed by numbers or supporters. I appreciate you guys. I'm not saying that I don't, but I'm not the person that's like, oh yeah, I got 20K, I got 11K, I'm up there. Like if something happens to me, I could ask my supporters for help. I don't expect that. I have a personal page, and sometimes I promote that page. I only got 153 followers over there. I got 5K on here. I got 4K on IG, and I got 11K on TikTok. That following accumulated, if people really like me, they will follow that page, but they don't like me. They like my business, my voice, what I have to offer. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is my job. This is what I choose to do. So that's why I look at my tarot as a job. I don't look at it like, oh, I'm just online making money like off of this talent. I take it seriously. It's sacred work, but it's a job that I build up for myself that I love. I love helping people, but I turn it into income, and nobody's gonna make me feel bad about that. Like, because at the end of the day, it's an exchange. Just like y'all want to go buy wigs and makeup, it's the same thing with your spiritual hygiene. Go buy a personal reading, do the work so you can make sure that you are growing. Da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? But that's just my point in like how healers have to think. People are going to be attracted to you, yes. Like, you're worth being attracted to. You have something of value, but you have to know that value, and you have to know how to use that gift that you've been given. You have to know how to use your energy. You have to have boundaries, and you have to know that everything that comes into your path doesn't necessarily have to have a space there, you know, especially if it's coming in to deplete you, drain you, take from you. But what I like about this reading is that, like, this person, I don't feel like they were always like that. They were always that balanced. They had to learn that balance, but they've learned that balance, and now their flame has grown so big that not only do they understand themselves better, they know how to send that energy back to its owner. Like, they always get justice. This is not someone that you can just do them something and think that the universe is gonna be cool with you. Right? Mm-mm. Oh wow, your twin is a famous producer. It can be hard pulling back your energy. It is. It is never enough. Oh my God, you get sick. Yeah. And see, pay attention to that. Pay attention to your gifts and how you talk to the universe, right? Because that's important. Like everybody have their own special, unique way on how they hear spirit. Yep, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's a beautiful journey. And that's what I be meaning when I say like this journey is for the chosen ones. Like everybody's just not in that chosen category because they're not gonna do the work. The chosen ones are, because no matter how hard, the chosen ones are those people that just can't give up. Like it don't matter how tough it's been, if you have a vision in your mind that God told you to do, you're gonna always find a way to do it, even if it's difficult, because things aren't gonna work out for you to do anything else. It's not. And then things are happening so it could shape you to take on that role, because you need to protect yourself as a healer, right? Until your person can protect you. Because the divine masculine that gets with the feminine, you know, I don't typically, well, I think it is two healers, but the journey isn't like, oh, you meet another healer. The journey is going to be that you met a counterpart who was still wounded and you help each other grow, right? Not in the light. The light and shadow aspect of the journey is your twin flame. You got to graduate from that. That's the very, very toxic situation right there. But that's you facing your shadow, and that's them facing their light, and that energy needs to come into union together. That's what twin flame union is about. It's about your own self coming into union, but you help your twin come into union, because regardless if y'all in each other's space or not, you pull them. You're tethered. Like that is your other half of your soul. I don't believe we have a technical half of our soul, because we're all God. So I feel like we're all just parts of God divided. So we're all connected, even me and you. But when you're broken down into groups, like if you think about a classroom where they separate, your teams, those two work together, those two work together, those got the same project. That's how twin flames are. It's like it's a contract where you both have the same type of blueprint, but it's supposed to be opposite, because that opposite attract is supposed to help you come into union with yourself. So the betrayal and the hurt, it's one person is the betrayer, but the light person also causes pain. They just do it in different ways, and they both have to see it. Sometimes you're gonna see it years later, but it has to do with your perspective shifting. If you're sitting there blaming somebody for why you was crying and sad in a situation, you're not taking accountability for the fact that no one had a gun to your head and you chose to stay there and get hurt. That's the you problem. Like, you gave them the authority to hurt you. You gave your power away. No one can do anything to you that you don't want them to do if you handle yourself properly. So that's a tough lesson to learn and think from that perspective. But those that don't shift their mindset and think from a different perspective of, actually, I needed that betrayal so that I could change, because I was too naive. I was too, like, giving. But that's the natural healer in you. So it's nothing wrong with you being a healer. The self-love journey is teaching you how to handle and figure out who you are, because a healer don't even know how powerful they are until they learn how powerful they are. But it takes going through pain, hurt, lessons, and then going through the dark night of the soul, the shadow energy. That's where you're tested. Are you going to break? Right? You go through a lot of testing. Are you going to break? And when you don't break, now you can start integrating, because your whole perspective has shifted. You've gone through a whole different reality, so you've seen things differently all through your journey. Then love comes in, and now you learn from that, because that love is teaching you how you love yourself for the things that you accept. And now you start changing. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. This actually isn't what I'm manifesting. So the more you start recognizing, it's only me holding me back. It's only me making me miserable, because I'm giving myself away. And then you understand later on, oh, I'm very attractive. Oh, I'm attractive because I'm a healer. I'm a gift to the world. But the world made me feel like I wasn't a gift. The world made me feel like I was beneath it. The world made me feel like I was in the wrong place when you were always made to stand out. And you were standing out, but you didn't see that you were standing out. You thought something was wrong with you. You born different. You're meant to be different. But that's the life of a chosen one, right? So that's why I be saying when I say everybody's not gonna get there. If you do that work, if it hits you and you're called to it, you're the chosen one. You're gonna do that work and get there. But if you just run away, people unfollow me all the time because they don't like these conversations. You unfollow and you run away when you hear truth, then you're not a part of that. Like, it's just that simple. So what I was saying was that pretty much only her kind can see her, right? Healers recognize other healers. You know, when they be like, real recognize real, healers recognize other healers because you could just see it. It's like you could tell when someone's done that work in themselves and then they're trying to help others. Healers are always helping others, but we have specific roles like that we're designed for. So that's why spirit has you growing into who you're becoming, and you're not supposed to try to mimic anybody else because you have a specific area. That's why we're a collective as tarot readers. Like, have you guys, I know you guys have outgrown energies because you guys are here. Once you start outgrowing them energies on those tarot channels where it's like, damn, this is a bunch of toxicity, you got tired of hearing it, right? You felt like, I'm not growing. Like, this is just giving me false hope because they're telling me this person is coming and they're not coming, and then you're confused and you're stuck because they themselves don't have that information, but it doesn't make them a bad person. They're meant for the collective of people who is going to stay stagnant because that reader has only gone to a certain place within themselves. Tarot is literally us reading energy based off of our expansive mindset. If your mindset isn't as expansive, that's where you're going to stay as a reader, that level. It doesn't make you a bad person because there is something for you to teach, but everybody's not a teacher. And then reading energy with no purpose to it is going to naturally keep people stagnant that are vulnerable. It's, to me, tarot is a very scary thing. I'm still scared of it because I feel like it's such a big responsibility, but not everybody think about it like that. You get me? But like I said, I feel like they still have a purpose in what they do. You can't tell people what they're called for and what they're not. Like, but I am just being real that everybody don't have an expansive mindset. So when you outgrow that energy, that's because you're ready to grow more. It's in you. You don't like staying stagnant. You don't like staying stuck. You like to learn. Once you learn it, once you have clarity, you can move forward. And I bet you guys are like that are the healers. You only be stuck in a place because you don't understand why. It's not even about what happened. It's about the principle. Because it's like, I need to understand why you did this. Then I could move on. Because I need to have all the answers. Having that mindset is going to keep you growing, and keeping yourself in a place where you're taking accountability because you're someone who always wants to learn, and that's what makes you powerful. Because you don't think you know everything. You're not delusional and only accept what you want to hear. You could also accept the things that hurt because that's going to help you grow. I went through so much, but I've always believed everything happens for a reason. I've grown so much and learned many lessons. Yes, it does. I stay away from fortune telling, but I pay attention to other aspects for that exact reason. So I play cool. You see so much more. You also feel so much more. Finding balance is what you seek in the end. Yep, exactly. Sometimes it takes conversations to remember what we forget. It's good. And you know, and a part of this journey too is discovering that like not everybody should have access to you and your energy because they just won't understand you. And I have to remind myself sometimes that I've grown so far, like in my journey, that sometimes when I speak, I forget that everybody has not gone to the same level of enlightenment that I have. Because how can you connect to that energy when you've already been so far away from it? But everybody's not awakened, right? It's like people still stuck in that cycle. Hi, Curtis. Hi, honey. All right, so now we're going to get into the tarot. So pretty much we got a healer who is very, very powerful. They've integrated. People are really recognizing their power, and they are mirroring people. But it's like they're serving up their own karma. It's like the way this healer does it. It's like someone does something, and then she knows it's time for her to walk away, and then this mirror comes up out of nowhere, right? Like if you visualize it in your head, it's like she turns her back, the mirror comes up, and when they look in the mirror, just they see the monster that they really are. Like their shadow energy is just like looking back at them, and then it makes them recognize how they treated the healer, what they did to the healer, because the karma just, it bounced back to them, but there's no one to blame but them because it's them. Learning that. All right, so we're going to get into storyline mode. And that's where I just read it from the perspective of characters, right? And you guys put yourself where you fit. It doesn't matter if you are masculine, feminine, because I read for the energy. So you could be a male in the female energy, vice versa. You could be a woman in the masculine energy, and sometimes it'll switch in between in the reading where 1 minute you resonate with the feminine, another minute you resonate with the masculine, if it comes out that way. Pretty much I know love is going to come out, because that mirroring also tells me that there's a specific person that this feminine is mirroring right now. But this mirroring isn't necessarily bad. It feels like a counterpart, where this counterpart is going through what this feminine has gone through, and she has also become like them. So they've switched energies in their becoming. It's that storyline where I was like, the masculine is becoming more spiritual and the feminine is becoming more worldly, like physical, right? Because she was more spiritual, she needs to be more practical now. So now she's grounding herself in reality. He was more practical and needed to ground himself in spirituality. So that's what we have going on. And I love this. I'm doing my assessment right now. Hi, Destiny. You're welcome. You're doing your assessment on what? You taking the test? Yeah, this is a good one. You're going to have to go back and watch it from the beginning, because sometimes I do these readings, but I feel like it's only when you guys are ready for it, because it be times y'all just want to hear about love, and it be times where y'all really want to y'all be sick of it, and I know. So then I switch up the reading. I'm like, okay, let's do something more ethereal. Hey, Lonnie. Okay, so let's see. What's the storyline? Oh, we got a King of Swords. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Those of you guys that are new, all my storylines are connected, but I read for 2 different energies. I read for twin flames and karmics, and then I read for counterparts. So I always try to explain who's who in the energy, if I'm reading twin flame or if I'm reading counterpart. But Remember, twin flames are the more toxic light and shadow energy. Counterparts are the masculine feminine energy. So you have to balance your light and shadow. That's the journey you take with your twin flame. Your counterpart is balancing out your masculine feminine energy. I don't believe twin flames are supposed to be together, come together. They are each other, right? It's just a different journey. Counterparts is the better version of you. So that's why you attract that counterpart, but that counterpart isn't always ready. And they're in toxic cycles too, but they don't really project toxicity onto you the way the twin flame do. So the twin flame connection is more like a narcissist and an empath. The counterpart is like an avoidant and an attachment style or a secure type, depending on what type of attachment style you are. So you get it? It's like the upside down world. One is a version of the other. That's why people say false twin flame and true twin flame, but I don't believe they're false. I feel like there's a misconception in the twin flame journey. They put it all as one, that it's this person you're supposed to meet. They're the other half of you and you're supposed to be with them. You're supposed to come into union together to be with each other, right? But you go on your own journey, and then they're gonna do it too when you come back. That's not true. Twin flames, it be twin flames that be, one twin flame grows and the other twin flame be stuck there for years in the cycle. Or I won't even say that the other twin flame grow. I would say that the twin flame move on, but they don't really grow. That's what I said, where there's a difference between like just being spiritual and actually healing. Healing is doing the inner work. You can move forward and still be attached to someone, but healing is like, I need to let them go, even if this hurt, even if this is difficult. It's wrong for me. It's not right for me. I need to let this go. And you working through that. That's healing, even though it's difficult. So twin flames don't typically do that work, and they don't do it fast. Because they're narcissists, the shadow twin, but they're not incapable of changing. They just kind of start changing once the divine energy has already shifted into their abundance and they've moved on. That's when that shadow twin really kicks into gear, because they lost everything that they could have had with their twin. So they're supposed to watch their twin go off and be successful, or they would never change. Could you imagine how hard it would be for a narcissist to change? Like, they just go and get the next victim. But when you met someone who you actually really love, because you know that's your reflection, twin flames recognize each other regardless if they admit it or not. They know that bond is different. They mirror you. They wear a mask. That's why you fell for them, because they pretended to be everything. You thought they were perfect because that was you saw. If you were the male version of that or the female version of that, whatever you wanted in that connection, you felt like they were just that opposite person of you. And you weren't wrong, they are. But they were wearing a mask because that's how they knew to get you. If you saw them, their shadowness, they wouldn't have gotten you. And that's the betrayal that hurts you, when you discover that they were wearing this mask. They were never who you thought they were, but the twist is they were that person. You saw their light. They don't show their light to anybody, but it was just a fantasy. It was just an illusion. Their shadow is too dominant, and their shadow play those kinds of games because they do what they want for themselves. So they wanted to experience you because they felt the connection, but they knew they weren't going to be there. They knew they weren't going to, you get me? They had these secrets, right? So then that's why when you start finding all the secrets and the things that they did behind your back, it's how they express their shadow. That's when it broke your illusion about you being perfect and you being the good one. Now your shadow is starting to come up, and that's when you start to understand your twin, because you become just like them. You see them in the mirror, like looking back at you now, right? Now you have to fight that energy with your light. It's a lot of pain, but once you work through it and you heal through it, you come out of that dark tunnel You come out different. You're no longer that naive empath. You're now aware of betrayal and the red flags, and your intuition is stronger. So your twin flame was supposed to do that. You get me? But just like how they affect you in that way, you affect them too. But it affects, they have to lose you in order to change. Because if you take them back, that pattern will repeat all over again. They don't deserve you. But that's what makes them change, is because the very person that they actually really loved, and they betrayed them because they were in their shadow. Shadow people don't trust anybody. So when you're in your shadow, you got trust issues to the max. It doesn't mean you don't love that person and you don't want them, but you can't treat them right because you're selfish. You only see you. So when they finally wake up and discover that they've lost their twin is never coming back and it was the best thing, and they're tired of the toxicity, that's when they start to really awaken, because now all they have is themselves to blame. And then seeing that you became everything you said you was going to become, that hurts them. So that's how the universe used that dynamic to make both of you guys change and work. But you'll always love your twin. Even if you go through a period of hating them, you'll forgive them, because this journey requires forgiveness. But you do have to go through a period where you do hate them and you don't want to forgive them, because you got to feel all those emotions. You got to allow your shadow to come up, right? But everybody don't have a shadow twin. So everybody's not going to experience, because again, that's a part of being one of the chosen ones for this journey, because it's the type of strength that it's building up in you. So you could meet a counterpart while you're releasing a twin flame, but the counterpart energy is going to remind you of the twin flame, but you're going to know it's different. Hi, Kim. You're going to know it's different because it's more that that person is avoiding you. See, twin flame, when that twin flame is being narcissistic, they're intentionally hurting you. When the counterpart hurts you, is because they're avoiding you. They're avoiding connection. They're not opening up. They're closed off. So they don't intentionally hurt you. They just have that trauma they need to heal, but you awaken them because they never met someone so divine. They could have been dealing with a twin flame too. I don't know if all counterparts deal with twin flames, but I would assume so, because you guys would have similar purposes. Your path has to cross. But what I have seen in this dynamic and the way Spirit has shown me is that you go on the journey with the counterpart as well. So now you guys understand the integration of the light and shadow with the twin flame. That's why people be stuck in cycles for years and years and believing that they lost the love of their life, because you're not supposed to come together with your twin flame. That's not the purpose of your relationship. It is true, that is a strong bond. That is your other half. And that people say that's the false twin. That's not the false twin. You get what I'm saying? That is your true twin flame. Your counterpart is who they say the true twin flame is, right? But the counterpart don't go through that toxic dynamic that they explain to you that fit the twin flame description that they say the false twin flame do. That's why we saying, like, that stuff never made sense to me. I think for myself, and I'm like, that don't make sense. Like, because if you read about twin flames, they're going to tell you it's like this toxic dynamic where you're supposed to be with this person and come back. But then they tell you at the same time it's not toxic. And then they tell you that that is your I forgot what I said. Like, you're supposed to be with that person. And to me, that don't make sense, because that sounds like karmic energy. Like, why am I supposed to be with someone who's so karmic? And I'm supposed to wait for them while they're out here just sleeping around with people and partying and not caring about their life. Like, that makes no sense to me. To me, what makes sense is that person was your shadow or light self, and you were supposed to learn something in a very, very deep, profound way. It's a bond that's never going to be broken, because you'll always love them. Like, you have unconditional love for your twin. But that's where you start understanding how to love yourself, because love doesn't mean you have to be with that person. You just need to acknowledge that you do care for them, you do love them, but they don't deserve you and you don't trust them. And even if they change, if you don't want to be with them, you don't need to like give them that opportunity because you don't feel they deserve you. That's okay. But people hear twin flames and they get stuck on titles, and it's like, oh, I have to be with this person. And it's like, no, you're keeping yourself stagnant from the love you're supposed to actually have. You keep moving forward, you'll know who your person is. So when you get well, we're about to get into the tarot, but I'm just gonna finish this with the counterparts. When you get to counterpart energy, you're still a little bit wounded from twin flame energy. You don't know the difference yet, right? Because counterparts are more intentional. But if they're dealing with trauma, they still could be playing games. They still could not be sure about what they want. But once they recognize that you're serious, they're going to leave you alone. Once they recognize that you have boundaries, they're not going to keep trying to cross it and like play with your heart. That's why we telling y'all, listen to these storylines carefully, because one's a narcissist, one's an avoidant. Avoidants don't play with you. I think some people think avoidants are narcissists, but they're not. Their energies just seem similar, because an avoidant will ghost you and they'll come back a couple months later and you're like, what? Like you're love bombing, right? And a narcissist would do that same thing, but here's the difference. The narcissist is using a manipulation tactic to keep you hooked, because they're mentally messing with you to make you think, to make you try to like keep them to stay. They want you to chase them. The avoidant might want that same thing, but they're not trying to manipulate you to make you stay. What they're trying to do is they're hoping you can chase them because they really like you, and they might feel like you are too good for them, and they feel like if they do what the other cool kids do, you'll think they're cool too. You won't see that they're scared. You won't see that they're shy. It's like a front, right? And then sometimes they ghost you because their feelings are getting heavy and they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to communicate and express how they feel, so then they run away. And then once they cool down because they keep missing you, they come back. Like, it's not that they like you, they're in love with you the whole time, but they just don't know how to tell you that. They don't know how to connect to you. They're scared of how it feels. They're scared of getting hurt. They're scared of ruining the connection, and then they end up ruining the connection. That's what makes an avoidant hurt you, is their actions, like them not connecting to you, not them purposely trying to hurt you. Like, they're not trying to hurt you. That makes them sad to know that they hurt you, because they don't even understand their behavior. So when I talk about counterparts, they're avoidance. And then you have secure counterparts too, because I'll say this last part and then we'll get into it. My belief is also that we have multiple twin flames, and then we have the true twin flame. And then we have multiple counterparts, and then we have the true counterpart. The multiple twin flames is because even before you're awakened, you meet twin flames. These are those runner-chaser dynamics, because it reflects a little piece of your shadow, little bit by little bit. Like, my first twin flame was my first love. He was an Aries. Both my twin flames are fire signs. It's crazy. And they both light skinned. I'm like, universe, what is that? Both my counterparts are air signs. Well, one is like my complexion. The other one is a little darker. But I'll be looking at them little patterns. I'm like, what's going on? But my first twin flame, I had the strongest connection with him from 13 to 29. I know both parts of these twin flame journeys. Like, the second one, I was only with them 2 years. But the first one, that was from 13 all the way to 29. We lost our virginities together, so we were best friends. But after that, a lot of feelings was there. And I didn't know I was a psychic. I didn't know that I was so empathetic, but I used to always have these visions of us. I used to have past life dreams, all of that stuff. Like, and the stuff in the past life was things he did to me in real life because we went to the same school. We were opposite. He was popular and I was the nerdy smart girl. And we were neighbors. So sometimes I would even tutor him, help him with his homework. But we were so different, but we loved each other. Like, we told each other everything. So I used to always feel like he loved me, but he never wanted to confess. That twin flame wasn't a narcissist. He was an avoidant, right? Because you got twin flames that are avoidants too. He was an avoidant. But he did things for me. He treated me like his girlfriend. It was all in his actions that he was in love with me. And we used to say we would like live together, even have babies, like when we were teenagers, right? But then we separated and we would always come back together. And then life happened. I had a child, he had a child, and then he had opportunity to be with me, but then he still wanted to chase around girls, all of that stuff. So he didn't choose me. And all my situations have that similarity to it. Like, they always chose somebody else, something else, the image, money over love, right? And I'm sure y'all could relate to that, right? As the healer, right? So, in that twin flame dynamic, I broke away from that when I was 29. Then I met the second one. And the second one I thought was my true. So from the true twin flame, false twin flame concept, I was like, that first one was my false twin flame. Then this is my true twin flame. Because that twin flame gave me everything the other twin flame didn't give me. He gave me the emotional vulnerability. We got into the relationship. But what he didn't give me was the reality. It was fantasy, right? So when we actually, because we met at a distance too, but when we actually came into union physically, it only lasted a month. So 2 years we had an emotional relationship. But when it came to the work, that's why it was an illusion, because he never intended to stay. He just wanted the experience. And he talked a good game. Thank you, Kista. I'm 33. He talked a good game. So that's, and Spirit has shown me, because Spirit told me they were both my twin flames, because I was shocked when it happened. I was like, they came out as twin flame. They came out as twin flame. What is going on? And I've met more than one twin flame, but they were just little lessons that were along my journey that was like, I'm testing you, because they were reflecting parts of me. So back to the avoidant, I knew him for majority of my childhood, right? He was my first love. But with him being popular and me, I was the shy, nerdy girl. That's what I learned from him. That was my shadow energy. I always was talented. I always like attracted popularity, right? But I never wanted to be that. Like, I had a bad relationship with that type of people energy. I'm somebody that's for the underdogs. So I always felt like I was judgmental towards them. Like, people who are popular, they're all fake. They're this, they're that. Like, I had all this stuff going on. So I used to see him in that light too. But when I finally changed, like, I got called to tarot. Spirit told me to open up my accounts, all of that. It's like, I already knew before it came what my destiny was. So I became my twin flame. You get me? Like, everything that he was, I became that, because that was my shadow that I needed to face. I needed to not look at it from that perspective. Like, I mean, you do got people who got popularity where they get big-headed and they step on people. But that was my only projection of it. And then there's people who have popularity, but it's because they're meant to be seen so that they can help. They have a voice that matters, right? So I had to look at it from that perspective, like, to accept my calling. But he wasn't just in my life because he was just a romance that I was supposed to have. It was a purpose to it. And those dreams, it was past lives, because twin flames are also past life. But they were past life memories of him doing the same thing to me, the same karmic thing he was doing to me. And I needed to break that pattern. So I broke it this lifetime. And then when I met the shadow twin, it's like that relationship was, it really broke it. It was like, you were my twin flame, but like, I don't have the vision of us together anymore. Like, that dream has changed. And now that I met my true twin flame, which in reality he is my true twin flame, but my other twin flame wasn't a false twin flame. None of them are. You just have twin flames on certain levels because of where you are in your growth and what you need to learn. And then when you break those lessons, you go to another level. But you only have one shadow twin. Like, that's the one that's the other half. Because even in that twin flame, I used to feel like he was my other half, but not because we were each other, but because of how the bond was so strong, the soul tie. You get me? But when I met my shadow twin, it was like, you're loving me the way I love people, because there was the mask. But even if he was wearing that mask, he still was so good at it because you reflected me back to me. So after the journey, that's when I realized like the difference between other twin flames and your shadow twin. It's like, they're literally you. You see you in them 100%. You'll see parts of you in other people, other twin flame connections, but your true twin, that's the one that's uncanny. But that's why the betrayal hurts, because they seem so perfect. You didn't expect them to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? But it makes sense. It makes sense why it went that way, because who you become. So, y'all know the difference now between twin flame counterpart, right? For those of you guys that are new. Now we're going to get back to the storyline. I have visions in my dreams about people, but I'm not 1% sure if I should tell people when I dream of them in case it comes true. And some get weird with me because of it. They can't handle that power. They cannot. You got a Leo rising, Cancer moon. Oh my God. You just spicy. Sometimes I don't want to be looked at. I feel like that's the Cancer in you. Cancers is a moody boy. They could be mean. Yep, the popular ones be fake. It is true. You're welcome. But that's why I said, like, it's a duality in everything, because popular isn't bad, right? But when we have negative experiences, we associate things with that experience. So we look at life like that, and we can't look at life like that. We have to look at the polarity in life. Like, is it bad, or am I making it bad? Like, a bad experience. Is this positive, or am I making it up in my mind because I'm not paying attention to the red flags? You get what I'm saying? We make the experience. So that's what I love about this journey. It's like, it really enlightens you to expand your mindset and your perspective, and who you become and what you attract is so beautiful, because like, you know how hard you worked for that. Like, you've traveled so far from other people's perspective. You said, what does it mean when someone feels like they are in our energy? Been told that, but didn't understand it. So when someone's in your energy, it's because they're thinking about you. They're concentrated on you. They're focused on you. It's the same way you could be in someone's energy because you're focused on them, concentrated on them, right? Like, that's why it's telepathy. Sometimes it's like you'll get that phone call because you were thinking about that person and you hear about them in a couple days or even that same day. That's the telepathy. We're tethered. That's why I say, like, we're really not, we're all God. We're just different parts of God, but we're all connected to the same cord. Some people are just more connected because that's the soul journey that they're on with those souls. Like those souls are supposed to come into contact and have this type of connection for the growth of their reality in that journey. Like, think about it. All humans, we do the same things. We're not really all different, but we are at the same time. No one has the same code. We all are unique, right? But we got copycats because some people, even though they have their own code, they don't pursue their own self. Like they're looking for someone to tell them what to do, follow, and then they try to be like everybody else, and they're programmed by the world, so they're like a bot. But that's just the person who hasn't tapped into themselves. And then the ones who bend the rules and see, they stand out because they're different. They're more tapped into themselves, their God power. They're realizing that they're God. There's nothing for them to fear. They create their reality. So when you're just being authentically who you are, it's like you're gonna shine because you have your own special coding. So even though we're similar, like this collective, you guys still have your own little versions of it. Like your person, even if their energy is like my person, like let's say we all are in the dynamic with the King of Swords, that King of Swords is still going to be different. My King of Swords is going to still be different from your King of Swords, because my King of Swords got his own coding where he got different elements that make him up, that it's only him, right? Your King of Swords is the same thing. So it's like we can relate on the general aspect of like how they love because they're a part of that collective. Just like how we love, how we could relate being healers, like the struggle, right? But we're still different in certain things. Like there's some things I would do you guys would never do. Like, you get what I'm saying? But that's pretty cool how you could be the same and different at the same time. But that's the world of polarity, duality. It's duality in everything. Like, and it's infinite. It goes on, and you could break it down, break it down, break it down. So we could be here forever. Like, I have not gotten into the tarot yet, but I love that you guys ask these questions because this is how you make your mind expansive on the journey, right? Like, this is what's gonna make you a powerful manifester, and learning how to bend realities because you understand who you are. Like, you have power, you are God. There's nobody for you to pray to. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because it's just you and your higher self. It's you and your higher self. Like, you guys have all the answers in here. So every time you feel lost or confused, just sit in quiet and ask yourself, like, what are you missing? Ask yourself to show you in a dream, show you signs. That's the universe. The universe is going to answer you. It's going to answer you, but you got to be open to pay attention to it. And then, like, even your spirit team is you. Like, that's how I see it. I'm like, it's all you. It's different versions of you because we're all God. But we think we're separated, but we're not separated, but we are. Because if we removed our bodies, all you will be left with is the souls. And if you removed everybody's bodies, all those souls will just connect. So it's like the body is separating you. But even in the separation, there's no separation. Like, we're still energetically connected. Polarity and duality. How different they are, but again, sometimes it takes conversations to remember what we forgot. Yes, and everybody is special, y'all. Like, when you pair with somebody on your journey, you're never gonna have that energy with somebody else, no matter how similar it is. Like, just like I told you, like, my two twin flames, they're both fire signs. One an Aries, one a Leo. And my experiences was similar but different. But I could say, like, what was similar with them was this, right? This is how the similarity looks. Both of them didn't choose me in the long run. Like, my first twin flame, I met him so young, so he just wanted to chase the girls and money and all of that. And then he got that. And then when I came back in at 29 and he had another opportunity to be with me, he still was, I feel like he wanted to be with me more then. He would have like done it, but I have 4 kids from a marriage. He had two, he had 3. He had 2 that was already here, and then he had 1 that was unborn. The girl was pregnant. So, but he kept hanging out with me. Like, we was working on a friendship. And I was like, is she okay with you seeing me? Because I used to do hair. But he would use that as an excuse to be in my energy. But we never crossed the line because I didn't let him. But he wanted to. So he wanted to have me in his life as like a side piece while he be in that connection. But he wasn't in love with that girl. He wanted to stay there because he had 2 sons with her, and those sons are important to him because he didn't grow up with his father. So I understood his reasoning for staying, but it was the way he went about doing the situation. But that's what he did to me, right? It was always him choosing something over me, but it wasn't about his love for me. It was about his ego. It was about his image. It was about him pleasing everybody else and society, like, because he was that type of guy, right? Because to him that's going to look bad if you leave the woman that you have children with to go be with a woman that has other kids and they're not your kids, and then you're going to have to be paying child support here. It's just too much for them, so they weigh it to like, you have my heart, so can you be the side piece? Like, I love you, but I have to stay here, right? You think I'm doing that? No. The second twin, we actually got in a relationship, but like I said, it was emotional. He went to jail in the middle of that, and I chose to stay beside him, took care of him, all of that. And when he came home, we started breaking up before he got home, and I don't want to get too long into that because I'm just trying to make the contrast. But when he came home, he was faced with the same thing. His baby mama started getting jealous because he was an ass. My twin flame is a monster. Like, he wasn't the best person, but he was trying to change for me, right? And people just didn't like that. And then his baby mama wanted control, and he really wanted to be in his daughter's life. So they kept having disagreements and fights about it. And I had told him, I was like, us being together, people are going to be mad about it. His mom didn't like me. She was bipolar, so she would tell him things. I did nothing to these people, but he was a gangster and I was this good girl. And it was like, we're not supposed to be together because I'm too good for him. But he's trying. I'm not saying that I am. I'm saying the quote unquote, like, that's what it's looking like. But it's like, he got people talking in his ear because they know if he changed for me, he's going to be better than them, right? So it was to hold him back. And he wasn't strong enough. He had trust issues. He didn't even trust that I really loved him. So when you have people talking in your ear and then you feel like this is too good to be true, now you sabotage it. But in reality, he went back to the lifestyle that got him in jail. And I told him he didn't have to do that. If he worked at McDonald's, Burger King, I supported him. We were supposed to build a life together. That was the betrayal. But he didn't choose me. He chose his community. He chose to go back to the past. He chose them. So they did the same thing in different ways, right? But my experience with both of them was different when it came to how they loved me. The first twin flame was avoidant. He always tried to hid his feelings until he finally addressed it when he was 29. But then he still didn't choose me, right? I moved on from that. Met my true twin flame. That one loved me. He loved me the way I loved him. The energy was mutual. Like, when it came to D5D, when it came to having conversations, all of that was perfect. Like, even when we fought, he was so mature. He gave me pure masculine energy, and I was able to sit in my feminine energy. because of how good he was emotionally to me. He never called me out my name, nothing. Like, not ever, not once, not even when we broke up. He had the ultimate respect for me. And my twin flame is not a nice person, but he treated me with the utmost respect. But when it came down to him bringing everything we was talking about into reality, he shifted. His energy shifted because he was now having those voices come in his ear and now projecting. They're telling him I'm probably cheating on him. All of these things that's making him think I'm doing something that I'm not even doing, right? But the way he loved me before we had those interferences was perfect. I would have married him. I would have, and I told him that, like, I will love you as long as you are loving me right. Like, but once that changed, I will leave. Like, and our bond was very, very strong. It was very playful. I was vulnerable. I let him see parts of me that I never let anybody else see. So my point of telling y'all that, it's like, the love you create with someone is still going to be different, even if there's similarities in the betrayal. Because even the counterparts, they have a version of that too, right? Like, I know all my counterparts, it's always on this journey, it's always been another woman, or it's always been a community, something in the way, right? So it's similar all the way through. But again, we have these two different worlds. You got the upside down world, and then you got the one that's clearing out so union can be possible. Ooh, that was a lot of explaining tonight. Oh my god. All right, y'all ready for the tarot? Should I just start another live and just do tarot, or y'all want to stay on this live? Known him since 12 years old. Oh my god. At 42. Because I'm wondering if this is going to take too long. I'm just going to keep it because y'all be watching it anyways. And if y'all ever go back, or if y'all ever come back in the future when I have the live on and it's long, you could always watch it in 2x. Like, you'll get through the reading in like 30 minutes if you watch it in 2x. That's just a little side note tip for y'all, because the attention span y'all have, I can't do it. That's why I'm always shocked and surprised. I'm like, y'all really sit here and be listening to me just like, I know it has to do with this for y'all, but it's like y'all really be sitting there listening. I like that. I like that. Yes, you can definitely have a twin flame that never got off the ground. I guess I'm listening to a book. Okay, I mean, if y'all like it, I love it. All right, so back to storyline mode. We got the King of Swords, right? We'll see if this is twin flame or counterpart. Tell me about the King of Swords. Oh, okay. Okay, King of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So we have mental energy going on. I feel like this King of Swords is thinking differently. He's not feeling as trapped anymore. He's letting go of something, a mindset. Okay, he's seeing a Queen of Cups differently, right? Hi, Natural Divine Empress. We just now get into the tarot too. And remember, when I'm reading my energies, they don't have to be the sign specifically. They're archetypes. So it doesn't matter if you're a water sign or an air sign. You could take it that way if it resonates that way. King of Swords is an air sign. Queen of Cups is a water sign. But you could also, the King of Swords is somebody who is very clinical in his thinking and his approach. He likes to do things step by step. Where the Queen of Cups, she more follows her heart, right? She goes with the flow. She opens up. So they're different. Even in that, the masculine is different from the feminine. But I feel like there was something he was missing. He wasn't fully understanding. And Thank you, Natural Divine Empress. He wasn't understanding about her. But whatever negative perception he had about her, that's disappearing. What did he think about the Queen of Cups? Let me get a different deck. What did he think about the Queen of Cups? I think that he took her self-love because she shows up as somebody who has a lot of self-love. He looked at her like she was a player. Like she had a lot of options. She had a lot of people who to choose from. But you know why I think that he thought that? I think that he thought that because he attracts a lot of people. And this was like, I'm looking at his shadow aspect and his light aspect. Because even with the counterparts, they have that shadow side to them as well. Thank you, Natural Divine. He has that shadow side to him and he has that light side. So his shadow side is like, she could be a player. Like, she's trying to play me. She's probably trying to get me to fall for her. And then she's going to try to hurt me. But I feel like that was the unhealed trauma talking. I don't think he really believed that in his heart because he watched her in the distance. Like, he felt very magnetically drawn to her. And I feel like he loves looking at her. She looks like an octopus. So she could have many different aspects of herself. But it's something about her energy where it's so feminine. It's so soft. It's so feminine. Like it's really, really soft. But it's very powerful. It's soft, but it's strong. So I think he felt like he felt like she's interesting. Not weird, but she's different. But the negative part of him was like they didn't want to really believe that she is really that. She's just loving and she's soft. It's they felt like there was a con to it, like she must have ulterior motives. But he liked watching her. And I don't think he was really seeing that. I think he was trying to find it. Like, you know, when you're trying to find something, you'll see something. So it could look like, let's say they were trying to talk. She was trying to talk to him, but he wasn't giving to her. And then she moved forward. And then she does end up meeting somebody new and deal with somebody. They would tell themselves like, see, I knew she was a player. But it's like, she's not being a player. She just, if she's feeling rejected, she's going to move forward because she's looking for something. So she's going to connect to other people. But because they're looking for that, it's like they would tell themselves that, yeah, she's a player. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that's how they were looking at her. They kept trying to find something, but they kept looking at her. But in this moment, they're not thinking that way. Now they're thinking, this is someone that they would like to give to. This is someone that they would like to give to them. And I feel like this relationship is over. Right? We already know the storyline of what happened between them. For those of you guys that have kept up with it. Sorry, y'all, my throat. They're seeing her differently. They've been spying on her. They've been watching her in silence. She put up a boundary. So they feel like she put up this boundary. Yep. Everybody deserves to be happy. She put up this boundary. And then it's like after she put up this boundary, she became successful at something. She has some sort of achievement. And I feel like this hurts them. This hurts them because they're recognizing something about her. For one, they're recognizing how much she really loves herself. They're like, she's successful. She actually works very hard. She's a fighter. He's seeing how she grows, right? Like, the feminine don't stay stagnant. So he's seeing like the magic in her. Like, he's seeing her in this perspective, in this light of like, she's so magical, she's different. I really feel like they're seeing her like out of this world. But we got the Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Okay, so these two didn't get together because there was a false start. He didn't give energy to this connection when he had the opportunity to. Thank you, Natural Divine. He didn't give to this connection when he had the opportunity to. That's why it didn't really get started. I feel like things were trying to get started, but this masculine was being avoidant. But the thing is that he didn't know what he wanted either. But he didn't want to say that. What else? Okay. Now, some of you guys, depending on where it resonates, this could have been some time ago, but this masculine has watched this feminine for a while because he's watched her become a Queen of Pentacles. She's a Queen of Wands, but he's saying like she's very hardworking. She's built something for herself that's successful and she loves herself. But he knows that whatever she's built, it took her following her dream, right? Maybe she talks about it on IG. Maybe they had a conversation about it. But I don't feel like this masculine was really giving to this feminine. I feel like he was holding back. So she could have shared information about what she was doing in some ways. But he knows that it's a vision. Like, let's say somebody is like, maybe they're posting or they're in their stories talking about how their dream is to just own a home. And then here and there someone shares the progress that they've made. It's like this person, because they've spied, they've seen it. So it's like they heard her say she's going to do something, and then they've seen her work for it, right? Because of what she shared. Their energy is withdrawn right now. They feel like this is a missed opportunity. Why? Okay, so what happened to why they feel this is a missed opportunity? But their energy has changed towards her. So however they saw her at first, which was they thought she was a player. And then I feel like they also didn't know if she was someone they wanted to be with. It was two things. But it sounds like projection, right? Like they were projecting onto her because they were in that energy where they didn't know what they wanted. So they assumed she didn't either. But they judged her based off of how they felt. Like they had trust issues to some degree, because it's like they didn't believe she was that loving, that soft. They were trying to figure it out. What was I gonna ask? I just forgot. But always staring at me. That's funny. I forgot what I was about to ask. We have 10 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Whoa, so he's burdened by the conflict. This hurts him. It's made him very, very tired. It's drained him. But I think it's hurting him because he really wants this feminine. I'm going to ask why he didn't see her in that light before, but he wants her. And it's like now he's seeing it so clearly, like how good of a match they could have been. So he's sitting there looking at the fact that he lost her. He lost his opportunity with her. And he's drained by it. Like a real sad energy, because he's like, I had an opportunity to be with her and I messed it up. We could have been perfect together. Why didn't he see that it could work before? Like, why is he seeing her different now? 10 of Cups. He was looking for a Queen of Pentacles. Remember, she came out as a Queen of Wands. So he saw her as somebody who, I don't know what you said, Hanging. I don't be rejecting y'all messages, by the way. It be YouTube, so sometimes I can't even see it because YouTube just be grabbing them. But he was manifesting a Queen of Pentacles. A Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is financially stable. Maybe did he not think she was stable? Because, like, did he not think she was stable? You know, it's weird. Like, this masculine was looking for his Queen of Pentacles. But his intuition told him that Queen of Wands was his Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I get it. I get it. He was looking for a type, and she wasn't that type. But he felt it was like this for him. When he met her, he felt like she was right. Like this is my person. I don't know why I feel this way, but this is not how my person is supposed to show up. Like, my person is a Queen of Pentacles. That's what I'm looking for. So this can't be love. This has to be something else. But this can't be love because my person is supposed to be a Queen of Pentacles. But it's like his person was the Queen of Wands. And see, a Queen of Wands is different from a Queen of Pentacles, because a Queen of Pentacles, he was looking for somebody who was more flashy. He was looking for somebody who had money, who had, not necessarily from a stamp. It could come off like gold digger. You could say a gold digger, but he feels like that's his class. You get me? Because in reality, a Queen of Wands is looking for a King of Wands. He's a King of Swords, but money is important to him. So I feel like even though he's a King of Swords, he's a King of Pentacles. Like, he cares about money, finances, stability, those type of things. So he had this checklist, right, of like the type of person he wanted to be with, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like women, we have a thing when it comes to hearing like a man want a woman that has money. It's not because he wants to use her money. It's not that. This masculine is thinking from a perspective of like, he wants someone who matches his energy, which makes sense. Like, if I'm a Queen of Wands, I'm manifesting a King of Wands, not a King of Pentacles or a King of King of Cups, whatever. It's like I'm manifesting a King of Wands because I am a creative at the end of the day, and a King of Wands would understand my reality as a creative. They're not gonna try to fight for my time. You could have a mature other element, but you just will feel more seen with the person who understands you, who do what you do. That's where he was coming from. It's like, if he's all about the lifestyle, then that's who he would envision marrying, is someone who's about that as well. If somebody never wants to go out and he loves to travel, that's not a great match for him. So he was looking for someone that was a match for him, but he felt like the Queen of Wands was his wife, but he couldn't believe that was it because it didn't make sense. Like, the exterior didn't match what he felt. Wait, how am I saying it? Am I saying it right? What he felt and what it looked like wasn't the same. So he tried to tell himself, like, I don't think that's my person. But his intuition always told him to move towards her. He was guided to her. So it makes sense why we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Because remember I said he's seeing her differently. But we're understanding why he's seeing her differently, because he was being the King of Swords, being very clinical rather than going with the flow. He was already predetermining that she wasn't his person because of what she looked like, but he felt like she was. She felt more like home. Okay, so then what caused the separation? Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords. He was moving very, very slow in making a decision. So what he's saying is, like, while he was dealing with her, he was really analyzing her because it just didn't make sense to him. So it's like, she was interesting to him because it was like, this is not the person that I imagine I would want to be with. They're so different from my expectation. Like, it's kind of funny because now I get it. We're at a different part of this King of Swords mindset. Like, we knew that, but it's really because he really believed he was supposed to have something else. I'm trying to give an example. It's like if you went to a restaurant and, you know, you typically order the same meal because it's like you like it, it's in your budget, you know how it's gonna be. You don't really like to try new things, but you know that about yourself. It's just like safe. You know, so every time you go to a restaurant that kind of have that same thing on there, that's what you order. But then, like, something happened with the order where it's like mixed up and you get something else, and it's gonna just take them too long to make that same order that you typically get. And then you taste that new order and it's like you actually really like it, even though it wasn't what you ordered, right? So then now it's like, it's kind of something you look forward to, but you still haven't fully let go of the fact of like your comfort zone of ordering that same meal you typically order. You kind of gravitate back into it, but you've already tasted something like to where you can switch up. So his curiosity was that she's different. She was something he didn't order, but he likes how it tastes. He likes how it feels. But it's like because he was trying to tell himself no, it's kind of like he was rejecting her. He's rejecting her because he's not supposed to want her, instead of going into the flow. So the thing though, she was what he manifested. She is the Queen of Pentacles, but he didn't see her as the Queen of Pentacles. He saw her as the Queen of Wands. He knew she was confident. He knew she was self-assured. She just seemed so sure about who she is. She's attractive. And I think he told himself, like, it's, the way I'm understanding it is like this. Like, I believe we can love many different people for different reasons. And I feel like he loved this Queen of Cups when he met her. Like, I don't think he disrespected her or wanted to disrespect her, not like intentionally. He had respect for her. But you can love someone and know you don't belong with that person because they're not, like, you love who they are as a person. Like you don't even want it for yourself. You just love who they are. It's like, but then you know you're supposed to have something different. Like, even if you love that person, you just know, like, this person isn't my person. We have a love, but they're not my person because the life I want to live, we're totally different. They're not, they don't want that life that I have, that I like. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to want to, like, if I want to party while I'm 50, this person don't want to party while they're 50. They want to be living by the beach somewhere, just us, relaxing. They're not really a party person. A part of you would feel restricted because it's like, you love this person, but they don't match how you want to live your life because of their perspective. And you're not trying to force it, but you just can see the differences where it wouldn't work in the long run because you come from two different worlds. So that's how he thought about her. It wasn't that he didn't like her or he didn't have feelings, but it didn't make sense to him why he felt the way he did when it didn't look like it was a great pair. So that's what's draining him right now, because he's like, he's seeing her differently. Now he's seeing her as the Queen of Pentacles. Or he will, right? Take it as it resonates, because I read past, present, future. Or he will, and now he's having that regret of, I had the opportunity to be with her and I didn't choose it. And now that I have clarity, I see how perfect we could have been together, because she is that Queen of Pentacles. But remember, she's an octopus. He's like, she has so much to her. See, there's a difference between an empress and a queen, or an emperor and a king. Because a king is just that king or that queen. Sometimes they could have some of the other elements in them, but the empress, emperor, they have all the elements in them. So They're Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the whole package. And it's the same thing for the Emperor. So him being a King of Swords, her being a Queen of Cups, that's so different. One is water, one is air, one is the heart, one is logic. But you can want the same thing and just think about it differently. So she follows her heart. So she's more like open, right? She's like, if she likes you, she'll try to connect with you. It doesn't mean she's trying to rush things, but she wants vulnerability. She wants openness. For him, he's different. For him, it's like, if I like you, I want to take it slow. I want to observe you. I want to know if I can trust you before I could show you my emotions. I need to know if we're even a great match before I even continue liking you, because it's not that he's trying to play games. He just goes about connections differently than she does. So there's that misunderstanding of, you don't want me because you're not pursuing me. And for him, he's like, I'm observing you to know if I should pursue you, because I'm not understanding something. Like, he's in his own little world, right? But for her, it's like, it's more sensitive. Because it's like, you're not giving me any emotion, so you don't want me. But in reality, it's not saying that neither of them don't want a relationship. It's saying that he does want a relationship. He just was expecting a Queen of Pentacles, and he was just trying to figure out why he's so drawn to the Queen of Cups. So this clarity is coming to him, and it's overwhelming for him that he had an opportunity with the person that, it's like finding out that she is that Queen of Pentacles when he already loved the way that she was, but he didn't see it being a fit for the long term. And then finding out that, wait, we could have worked because she is that Queen of Pentacles, so that means we shared the same lifestyle. Like, you get what I'm saying? He should have taken action. He should have listened to his heart. Like, that's how he's feeling, because his heart already told him that was his person, but he didn't believe it. My eyes itching. And what made him lose the connection was because he wasn't making a decision. So while he was observing, she was like, he's running out of time because he's not making a decision. What else? The Lovers. She started to see him as somebody that don't want her, someone that she needs to stop investing in, that they're not choosing her. Like, it made her feel like, I don't want this anymore. Why is the Lovers here in the reverse? Eight of Cups. So she walked away. Okay. So the feminine walked away. What was her perspective? How did she feel? Oh. Eight of Wands. The Hermit. Nine of Wands. She could have told him, be alone. Or you need to be alone. Go do some soul searching. Like, something along the lines of them being wounded and hurt. And she could have told him that she felt like they were hiding something. They were lying or telling half-truths. Like, she didn't want to invest in that. I feel like she told them how she felt. However she did it, she walked away, but she told them how she felt. She could have even told them that she's looking for something serious. Like, she wants to build a 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. See, that's her. This is not them dealing with anybody else. This is all his energy observing her. He's remembering how she communicated with him. how she was loving, the words she said. That's another side that they saw. They saw that she is very honest. And she means what she says. There we go. Nine of Swords, the Tower. She means what she says. So when she told them she was walking away from this connection and she was going to go look for somebody who wants to build with her, they're realizing that she meant what she said. So, you're welcome, Turu. So yeah, listen to you. I came on here. I didn't go on TikTok. I went on here and I was like, let me go because I'm going to get in trouble with Daya if she catch me on TikTok one more time cheating. But, ooh, so with the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Tower. Yeah, what she said, she meant it. She stood on business. And now they're panicking. But the energy that I'm feeling off of this masculine, like he's in love with this feminine. It's not just like he's in love, okay? He's in love. He's in love. But remember, they haven't even started anything. So he's in love because he sees her. He's starting to see her. He's starting to see her for who she is. But it took her walking away from him because he felt it. And remember the energy we started off with the feminine, where her shadow energy is now being revealed. And like when she turns her back, that energy gets mirrored back to the people who do her wrong. So when she turned on her back on this masculine, it mirrored. So I'm assuming she's going to meet somebody new. He's going to be in the same predicament of where he's now the option. There we go. King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. That's the new person. King of Cups. But remember, she came out as a Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. This is also him, though. So he wants to be a match to her. He wants to give her emotions. He wants to open up. He wants to give her love. It's like when she spoke up, he heard her. What she said was true. She knows how to talk to this masculine. And I say that because her coming out as a Queen of Swords, that's matching his intellect, his energy. And that's what he's also recognizing, like how intuitive she is to him. When a man wants love, he's going to look for the feminine that can love him, right? Even if he was choosing somebody that is quote unquote like baddie, like he's looking for this Queen of Pentacles, somebody who got stability, money, all of that. He still would have ended up wanting to go back to this Queen of Cups if he realized that the Queen of Pentacles he was seeking was just materialistic, because he really wants someone that sees him, recognizes him, can nurture him. So that's why he's like, I want to open up. I want to give my emotions to her because she's honest. She told me something that was true about myself. And she stood on business. She walked away. She told me what she was going to do, and she's been doing that. So he sees her as somebody who's the truth. Like, he can trust her. She's not a liar. But it both has him feeling secure and good to know that she wanted him and he could trust her. But it also is stressing him out because she's moving forward. And it's like, he fumbled the bag. Two of Wands, Ace of Spears. Why is this here? Is he planning? Page of Wands. He hasn't changed something yet. Why is the Death here in the reverse? But he's no longer under an illusion. Like, he sees things more clear. Seven of Wands. Oh, he's blocking the connection right now because he feels like it's not the right time. This could also be that we're seeing the future when his mindset shifts. That Spirit could also be saying that he's not in this energy yet, because I read past, present, future. So I would say he's in an energy where he's just now shifted his perspective about the Queen of Cups. But he's not ready. But he's not ready to move towards her because he hasn't seen everything that he needs to see in the situation. Like, he needs to see her. He needs to see things from her perspective all the way. And he needs to figure out how to fix it because he's still a King of Swords. So that clinical mindset and the critical thinking is what's clicking in, like seeing things from her perspective and then coming up with a solution. He hasn't came up with a solution yet. He just stopped telling himself the lies. He's accepted the fact that he wants that Queen of Cups. Because he knows, it's like he's aligning to his intuition. Now he's trying to let his intuition guide him. That's what the problem was. She let her intuition guide her, but he wasn't letting his guide him. That's why it wasn't making sense. She's like, I'm drawn to you. I know there's something here, but you are resisting me. And then he was being drawn to her too, but he kept trying to calculate it, figure it out. Like, why is this happening? Rather than just drawing into it. He's sad because this is karma. So he has to go through this karma. Why does he have to go through this karma? Ace of Wands. Because it was going to help him change. We got Queen of Wands. Why do we have the Queen of Wands? Ten of Pentacles reverse. Five of Wands. He needed to lose her in order to see why. And she needed to withdraw her energy for him to see it. Yeah. Like, this is something he needs to do. He needs to have some courage. He needs to get brave. And he needs to fight for what he wants. I don't think this masculine is someone who's ever fought for anything that he wanted. Not when it comes to love. He's never fought for love. He has to take the initiative. I feel like if they would have gotten together, she would have been chasing him because he wasn't tapped into his emotions. Spirit wanted him to feel his emotions, and he had to lose her in order to feel it. That's when he recognized he cared for her. He wants her. It's not just that he's attracted to her. It's like he's getting out of his own way. If he thought he wanted a Queen of Pentacles, it doesn't matter anymore. He wants the Queen of Cups. So, and the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Wands. She's the Queen of Swords too. And she's the Queen of Pentacles. She's an Empress. This is not about anybody else. This is about how he viewed her and seen her, regardless of whatever else happened in the connection. This is how he's seen her. He sees her as somebody who's really confident. He had to see her that way. He had to see where she could walk away from him because she didn't need him to build herself. She just wanted him. That's what he saw. He's like, it's like he had the epiphany of, and I think a part of why this masculine wanted a Queen of Pentacles is because he has money and he doesn't want to be taken advantage of. He doesn't want to be used. Like, that's why if he got with somebody else who had their own, then he would feel more secure. So he could have thought that she wanted his money. You get what I'm saying? Like, in his shadow self. Good night, Mr. Say. Have a good night. Thank you. I won't. Well, yeah, we have the Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So he felt like the statement that she made was, I saw a future with you, but I no longer see a future with you. Like, I don't need you. I didn't need what you had. I just wanted to build with you. But it's too complicated here. You don't want to connect to me. You don't want to build with me. You want to keep yourself separated from me. So since you keep blocking me, I'm just going to walk away. And I'm going to look for a person who wants to build that success with me. And then it's like right after that, he saw her become this Queen of Pentacles. So it's like he didn't have her figured out. He was trying to figure her out, but he didn't have her figure out. And him not making a decision made her walk away. And those are the things she told him. So all of it is just playing in his mind, everything. So that's why he's seeing her differently. He wants to date her. He wants to work on things, the world, and he wants it to be successful, and he wants her attention, but he's still balancing out himself. So what I see happening with this masculine is that he's waking up more and more and more to what happened in this situation, and he's acknowledging where he went wrong, but he's starting to see things from her perspective, and he's fallen in love with her. So that love and that desire is what's going to push him into coming back. But at this point, beyond that, it's like he knows what he needs to do. And he's like, in order for me to be with her, I have to get myself together. He also could feel like there's going to be competition because he knows what she told him, and he feels like she's honest. So if she told him she was going to see somebody else, or if she was seeing somebody else, they know it's true, right? They know it's not because she's trying to make them jealous. It's because she's looking for her life partner. And if she starts liking somebody else, then that he's leaving room for her to really let him go. So he could be feeling it intuitively as well because he's connected to her. Remember, we start off the energy with the mirroring. Now, this is him turning his pain into power, him alchemizing while trying to manifest her. But he can't escape her. He's like haunted by her. He's haunted by his love. It's not he's haunted by like how he might have hurt her. He's haunted by how he loves her. So he's like, I have to get myself together. I have to be the best version of myself, and I have to do it quickly because I don't have that much time. But he knows he has to come in when he's fixed something in his life. I think he just needs to understand her. And once he understands her, he can come in. And then remember, we start off with her being a healer. And the energy about the feminine was about her not being seen by everyone. This masculine needed to see her. Her partner needs to be able to see her, who she is, and how valuable she is. And they need to appreciate her because they have to be her protector. And that's, as a healer, that's what she had to learn, how to protect her peace, right? Like, regardless if you love someone, you have a job to do. People are going to take your energy. People are going to hurt you if you let them. You have something to do, so you can't, you get me? You can't be connected to people who don't see you. You can't be connected to just anyone. So it was a lesson for her and a lesson for them. Are they going to end up together? Let me ask. Which I feel like they are. Because, I mean, it's divine union. What's going to happen between these two? What's the final conclusion? Oh. We got Hermit. We got King of Pentacles. We got King of Cups. What else? Remember, that's him. He was searching for his Queen of Pentacles. What else? So the thing, though, she's going to be dealing with somebody else. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. There she goes. Now she's the one that has to make the choice. That's going to stress them out. Because when they come back, she's not going to be 100% single. Like, she's going to be single, but she's going to be with someone that she likes. There's going to be someone that she'll be giving to, that she could be having a passionate connection with. And the thing is that they want this connection way more than they did in the past. In the past, they liked her energy and they were trying to figure out why they were so drawn to her. And then when she walked away, they fell in love with her. That's kind of backwards, huh? But they fell in love with her. And then I feel like as she moved forward, because they were taking time, she met someone else. Because remember, this feminine has also been learning her lessons, and she's been focused on the energy of what she wants in her life. So she manifests this King of Cups. He comes in quickly. And then she's the one that's going to have to juggle now and figure out who she wants to be with. But that's the karma. Remember, we started off with that karma energy too, where if they had another option, they did have other options in the past. They're now the option. She didn't treat them like an option, but they did in the beginning. So now they're the ones being treated like an option. And they're secretly manifesting this. They're really hoping that it can work out. Because the truth is, this connection makes them happy. It always did. They just was like all talk, no action. They weren't moving, right? But they're gonna come back in as an emperor. So I don't think this person is gonna come in until they've finished out this work that they've done, this healing. But they do feel like they are running out of time. They do feel like she's gonna meet somebody else, or she's gonna be dealing with somebody else. It is either way. She will be with somebody else. And she's going to have to decide if she wants to give them another opportunity. Because remember, they never started anything. So the feminine is going to have to choose. But that's what I have for you guys, the Butterfly Gang. I am sleepy. I'm about to go to bed. I'll try to get back on here tomorrow as well. Yeah, he do have to heal from his pain. Stagnant individual himself. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. I have some personals due tomorrow, so those will be going out. And then my bad, I was looking at my list, getting lost. I'm sleepy, y'all. If you guys want to book a personal, the link will be in the bio. Make sure you guys watch the How to Book a Personal in the playlist section before booking. It's very important to watch that so you know how my readings go. And no, I don't offer just love readings. There is a reading I do that has a love portion in there, but it's just like how I read these energies where it's focused on the lessons, right? Because again, the goal is to help you guys heal, not necessarily stay stuck on a person, because you're manifesting the energy and that person needs to become that energy if they're going to be that manifestation. But you want to focus on the energy and not the person. This journey is fun when you just let go, okay? Like, I ain't playing. I know me, when I manifest something, it coming quick. Like, but it because I be ready. I know that I need to be open, and I know I need to be really done with the past situation. Like, it's your perspective. Because even my perspective, I'll tell you where my perspective has grown with my counterpart. My perspective was I was hurt. I was, especially like when you find out things piece by piece by piece, and it's just like, you had so many things that held you back rather than just saying the truth. Like, just one thing I learned about me is like, I value an honest person who just like speak their mind. Like, that's so sexy to me. Like, cause that's how I am. Like, if I think it, I'm gonna say it. If I feel it, I'm gonna say it. And I just want to love you. Like, I just want to love. I don't like holding back. I don't like having to like wonder if that's too much for you. Because then I realize, and I start doing the emotional labor. And then, like, even if I'm matching your energy, I don't want to match your energy. I don't want to be nonchalant because you're nonchalant. Because I can be nonchalant. Like, and it's not an effort thing. I'm genuinely being nonchalant. I'm not caring about the situation. But if I know I want you and I'm being nonchalant with you, then I'm just being stuck with you and I'm not growing. And then I'm not getting what I want because I like you, but you're not giving it to me. So then I need to go like somebody else who's going to give me what I'm looking for, which is the exchange of love. And it's not even something difficult. It don't mean just because I want to love you, I'm trying to rush things. It just means that, like, I'm going to start off loving you. Why would you want to treat someone bad that you're interested in? Like, what's the point of playing games? Loving you just means I'm going to respect you. I care about you. Like, I want to be able to get to the point where I know that there's certain things you like, so I could just bring it to you just because I know you like it. But it's just because I'm being your friend. I'm loving you. Verbatim. Yes, I want to feel that connection. And it's like, people just be so weird. Like, they don't want to give it, but they love when you're giving that to them. And it's like, why is it hard for you to just reciprocate that? Like, I've been through pain too. I've been through hurt too, but you're not that person. So why are you treating me like I'm doing something that I haven't even done, but trying to show you kindness and love? So where I've grown at in my journey, it's like, I was really hurt, and then I was mad, and then when I kept finding out other information that's like, it pisses you off, then it's like, it hurts you all over again, especially when you start moving on from it. That's why sometimes I hate reading tarot, because in the middle of me reading it, not every reading, but some readings just start hitting my chest where it's like, fuck, this is my reading. Like, just like how you guys know when you're hearing it and it's like, that's my reading. Like, I know that's my reading, right? Because it hits you, because it's like your intuition is like, yeah, that one was for you. That gave you the confirmation you needed. It'd be like that when I'm reading tarot sometimes. So then it'd be like, and then I'm finding out something disgusting, like, meaning like I don't like it, what I'm hearing. Now the pain is coming up all over again. And then it's like, I have to change my perspective about it. But I learned this. This is what I learned. It's okay to love somebody, even if they hurt you. It's okay to admit that to yourself. Like, damn, you caused me pain, and I still want you. Because the only reason why I still want you is because I know it's not intentional. Like, it's not because I'm codependent. It's not because I need you. Because I damn sure want to let you go, and I will if I have to. But I won't lie to myself and pretend like I don't love you, even though you've caused pain, because now I've understood that love is not perfect. People are going to hurt you even if they don't mean to. But people also deserve grace for where they are on their journey. And it has nothing to do with you waiting for them. That grace just means like, let them go. Go do what you need to do for you. So, but you don't have to carry them in your heart. You don't have to wonder if they're going to come back, or if you should move forward, because what if they do come back and you're already in a connection with somebody else? It don't matter, because you deal with that issue when it's present. Like, you get me? But be honest with who you're with. If you are trying to date somebody new, but you know you still, there's a part of you that still want that past person, and you are in the middle of letting them go, be honest with that person you're about to date and let them know, like, I like you and I don't want to hurt you. I'm open to where things are going to go in this relationship, but I also want you to know that there is somebody else that I still love. And if that person came back in the right energy and they approached me wanting to give it a shot, I wouldn't lie to you and tell you that I wouldn't want to go for it. So if if my mind can change and that energy can shift to you where I could see a future with you, then we can move in that direction. But if this person comes back and I still want them, I'm going to go pursue that. So nobody's getting hurt. I mean, somebody's going to still get hurt, because sometimes you just can't control how that stuff play out. But honesty saves a lot of heartbreak, because even if that person ended up falling in love, they knew that you weren't trying to hurt them. So it's going to be easier to get over, because they knew that you were honest with them from day one, that you weren't trying to use their energy to get over somebody and then go right back to that person. You get me? And that's how, like, the world should think. It's like, it's not about being perfect. It's just about being honest and acknowledging where you are, how you feel, being honest with it. Like, because people aren't perfect. Like, you get me? And in these storylines, it's like there's forgiveness with the twin flames and the counterparts. But it's teaching you about love, how to love, and even loving yourself. And that love don't always look like you sacrificing yourself. Like, if your person is still growing and you know it, then you still want that person when they come back ready, then keep going on your journey. Go love somebody else. Like, it don't mean that it's gonna be permanent, but it's okay for you to love somebody else. Like, we can love more than one person. And when your person come in, then you deal with them then. And you deal with the other person, but just always be honest. That's what it's about. Like, just because at the end of the day, it's like you got to pursue your needs. And if you're lacking intimacy, you can go build that intimacy with someone. And if that person lose you, you still won, because you found someone you love and you want to build with. And if that person come back changed and you still love them, then you didn't lose. So you don't lose either or. Like, you only lose when you choose to be stagnant. Right? I've been on my twin flame journey for 2 years, and today's reading made me cry, and I haven't cried in a long time tonight. Really resonated. Thank you for understanding and connecting. You're welcome. I've been starting to do those twin flame energies too on the homepage. Ooh, twin flame journey is a hot mess. It's a lot. It's a lot. But in time, you guys are going to understand it. In time, you guys are going to see how the energy shift when it needs to shift. I'm trying to go back to my twin flame journey because it helps me to understand these readings. Because I'm telling you guys, I've shifted so far that I'm always could read the energy, but I could read the energy better if I'm connected to it from that experience that I've already had. Because I feel like because one of the parts I will say, like, I do get real hard with the twin flame readings, is because I forget about the magic part. Like, in the twin flame journey, it makes you feel like so alive. It makes you feel like out of this world. right? It's not a normal connection. It's the first time you ever really experience like something so magical. And then I'm always focused on the lessons, but I forgot that that's how it starts. So it makes sense why you guys are caught up in it as well, because it's like it just don't make no sense that this person isn't your person. Like, you get what I'm saying? It it just takes a lot. It takes a lot. So we're gonna switch up things because I'm still learning how to navigate these connections. It is hard carrying two different collectives that has a consistent storyline, right? Because most people, when they read tarot, it's like they're just reading stories, like maybe not even stories, but they're just reading energies. But when you have a consistent storyline that you're following up with, it's like it's fun for me, but at the same time, it's how do I navigate this, like, for the collective, so that they are getting through the energy and understanding it clearly. You get what I'm saying? So we're learning together. But as long as you guys are getting it and you guys are getting healing from it, then that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, they become a rebound without telling them the truth. I love girl talk. We needed it on our journey. Yes, it's so necessary. And I love that the masculine's been joining too, like, because they confirm the things that we say or that I've been saying, and what you guys feel, the masculines that are in that energy, they be confirming it, and I'd be like, oh yeah, we really onto something. We really onto something. It takes time and it makes sense, but just be patient and just keep focusing on yourself and enjoying yourself on your journey. Like, deal with that person when they come back around. Let them heal. Don't wait for them. But that don't mean that you not waiting for them don't mean that y'all don't have an opportunity in the future. It just means like you'll be wasting your time sitting around waiting for somebody who has a long way to go, when you could be loving somebody, getting exactly what you want. And when it's time for that connection to end, it will end. Like, it doesn't have to end in tragedy. So that's where I'm about to go right now. If I fall in love, I fall in love. Like, I'm not tripping because I know what I want in partnership and I know what I want in intimacy. Like, if somebody's willing to give me the intimacy that I want, then I'm going to go for that. But if I can't see a future with that person because of the practicality, then I know that it's only going to go so far, but I'm still going to be in love. I'm still going to love in that connection. And then if I meet someone that gives me both, because I mean, I want an emperor, but I could still go love on kings right now, but I want an emperor. So when my emperor comes in, then I'll deal with my emperor, because my emperor will be every single one of them. So just go have fun, okay? But anyways, let me go take my butt to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow, little butterfly gang. Thank you guys for always being so supportive. I love you guys. And again, if these readings resonate with you guys, please be sure to hit that like button, please, and thank you. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.